expect a ton of interaction. I think there's an openness for all kinds of questions, all kinds of advice, and then, just be ready for even interactions that surprise you. Like we have this thing in Slack where it automatically pings team members to have like a water cooler chat. And so one of my team members was like, hey, I had a water cooler with Brett. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it just randomly paired us and he actually showed up and it was amazing. And I was like, that is pretty amazing. And so, anywhere from, water cooler chats all the way into, strategy discussions is where you can expect Bonfire to engage.
I always ask my founders to invite me to their company Slack feed and the appropriate channels. That way I can see kind of what's going on. And because I'm not in the muck where the founder is in the day-to-day, the hardest thing as a founder is to pull up. And so given my 30 years of experience in tech, I can look at stuff and sort of go, I think I may be seeing this. As opposed to getting with the founder and saying, please put together 8 slides, giving me your update of what's going on. I kind of already know what's going on. So then we can talk about, well, what next does the founder want to do and how I can be supportive. But it's not for the faint of heart, though.
My first interaction with Brett was an introduction from somebody at PSL, and I'll never forget this. I showed him my financial model to go through, and he said to me, this is the worst fucking model I've ever seen in my entire life. And I said, great, that's great news. Like, how might we fix it? And then you told me how to fix it. And so I went back and fixed it, and then 24 hours later, I was like, hey, I fixed this thing, would you look at it? And you did, and you said, yes, I'll look at it. And you're like, this is so much better. Now this is how you can go from here. And so thinking about it, I was like, wow, I've showed this model to, 50, 70 other investors, and like everyone probably had that thought, but nobody bothered to tell me. They were just like, nah, no. But at least like bothered to tell me so that I could make it better. And that's what I expected out of the relationship, and that's what I got.
Well, the true answer is Sheila would not go away. She was very persistent. I met Sheila, 6 to 8 months before we decided to invest. And I told her at the time the answer was no, because I needed to see this from Sheila and this from the business. And then Sheila actually made the very hard calls to do that. She actually restructured her cash burn and sort of very much doubled down. And I remember I got an email that said, if I'm going to do this, there's no other investor I want to work with than you guys. So you got to take this call. So I was like, all right, shoot, I got to take this call. Look, I think it's a large opportunity and the rest of it. And I was kind of joking a little bit about that Sheila wouldn't go away, but Sheila's a fighter. And if you're going to build something iconic in the software industry, you got to fucking fight. And Sheila knows how to fight.